Yes, you see what it looks like on the site. How does that transfer into real life? This is how it looks. Oh my gosh, is that not gorgeous? Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, we have a treat today sent to us from our dear friends at the Eldritch Foundry. Folks, if their miniatures are anywhere near the quality that their tins are, then we are in for a real treat. And there's no guessing necessary because we have some of the miniatures right here. This is exciting. Why? Because how many times have you browsed through your friendly local game store looking for a miniature to suit your role-playing game character? System doesn't matter, but you're looking for something that'll fit with what you have in mind. You have this image in your head, and guess what? You could settle for something that's out there at retail, or you could design it yourself. We have 4 samples to look through here, but in addition to these samples, oh yeah, we're on the computer because we're going to do a lot of comparing and contrasting here. Folks, this is the Eldritch Foundry website. This is a website that'll allow you to create the miniature of your dreams. It is then 3D printed and sent out to you. Now, before we get into all the fun stuff, because I have already been playing around with this, and anyway, we'll get into that in a second. The Kickstarter page. Folks, here's the other major thing. Oh, that's right. This Kickstarter was a long time ago. This has already happened, and so it's not one of those situations where you have to sit around, wait for the project to fund. No. This project funded, and it funded with nearly $500,000. Super successful project, over 6,500 backers. I've already perused this because, you know, even a successful project where the project's over, the Kickstarter page itself is a boon of information if you had any questions. And so you can see some of these prototypes. We'll be comparing to what a final product ends up looking like. But some of the main things I wanted to call out here, they were talking, and this is maybe something more for those of you who are familiar with 3D printing. You'll know what a micron is. So Eldritch Foundry prints their figures at 32 microns. That's 18 microns less than most miniatures currently available on the market today. So anyway, this is 3D printed figures based on your design. A couple other things, obviously, is going to be how big the figures are, and these are 34 millimeter figures, and we are definitely going to do some comparing to terrain and other figures as well, just to give you a sense of what a 34 millimeter figure entails. That is, though, a 1-inch base, which is fantastic, especially if you're used to or accustomed to a 1-inch grid. And then the last thing I wanted to call out was just again the quality of the miniatures, how they're 3D printed at 32 microns. All right, so then let's get into this. You see here what a Firbolg is. F-I-R-B-O-L-G. Now, I've never heard of that. So this was brand new to me, folks. Here we go. And this is exciting to actually get to see what, you know, it looks like on the screen. And then here's what it looks like in person. So you can see the detail on the face. Check out the detail on that face. Now, I'm not sure if this is the exact face, but it is the same race, because you can actually alter their expressions as well. Just imagine, this is completely unpainted, just how it arrived. Imagine painting that up, the detail that you'd be able to get out of this sculpt. So again, 1-inch base, which is just fantastic. And that is a 34 millimeter figure. We'll do a full 360 here. Obviously, they're saying not much, if any, flash or mold lines to clean up. Is that not impressive? So if you take a peek around this thing, no, there's no flash, there's no mold lines. That in and of itself is pretty darn impressive. Okay, so here's figure number 1. We also have another Furbolge, if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near how it is intended. And so you can see. And I mean, folks, the options that you can pick for the clothing, even for the bases. These are just standard bases. Wait till you take a look at what the base options are. Hair, horns, items in the hand, clothing. Oh my gosh, it is fantastic. Next up, we have a dwarf. Let's see if we can just grab a dwarf on here real quick as well. Here we go. So while that pops up, we will take a peek at the mini. Oh my gosh, yes, look at that. The lighting and how it kind of sparkles, and it's transparent. Do you see that? See how like you can kind of see my hand through it? So it's like this transparent, they call it a premium resin. So with the light kind of flickering on this transparent figure, hopefully you're able to see, just because in person, oh, 100%. The detail is there. Look at the wood slats in the shield. Oh, that shield is gorgeous. Look at the hands. Look at the fingers gripping the axe. Look at the details, like, you know, the leather strips holding the blade to the handle. So there's no lost detail here. And next up, we have an orc mage. Oh, yeah. 100%. Wand and all, and look at those horns. Look at the cloak, look at the attire. Folks, you can make, is this your RPG character? What do you need? Who do you play? You can attire them, equip them yourself at unbelievable quality. That is the key here, are the options and the superior quality. And that's just fantastic. Okay, so that is the 4. So let's take a peek at this. So obviously, what are you going to do here? I already started playing around with it. Let's just clear it. Let's see if we can do that. Start over. So here's what it'll look like. Obviously, you'll be going through these different categories. Here is the different races. This whole wheel is full of races. We're not going to go through them all. In fact, let's just pick a... Gosh, I don't even know what the heck this thing is. A Ventor or something along those lines? Body and face. You can choose their expression. Now watch that expression as I make him happier. Huh? Oh yeah. Or angrier. So you are going to be able to see that. Is that not unbelievable? What happens if I make him somewhat happy but also somewhat angry? Very mixed emotions. Oh, that's hilarious. All this, folks. Horns. I mean, the detail goes on and on. Hair, eyebrows, any kind of eyewear. Oh my gosh. Monocle. Give this guy a monocle. Oh my gosh. Beard. Here you go. Beard. Do a little Civil War general sideburny things. Oh my gosh. And of course, a tail. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. Oh, that is fantastic. Let's move on to clothing. So there's different kinds of helmets. Obviously, you're going to have to play around with this. Make sure things don't overlap. You're not going to have him with, you know, I don't know. And oh, and also do not forget you can rotate him around. I mean, this system is fantastic. Pauldrons, chest plates, armor, gloves, pants, feet, different kinds of boots. Oh my gosh, I love it. But then we get into the accessories, the items. Look at some of these staffs, that's wands, tools, axes, backpacks, different things that you would have on the side of the figure. Oh my gosh. So you can go into just incredible detail. Oh man, that's so funny. All the different things you can just add to them is great. But then the bases. Pick different bases. Cobblestone and square bases, does not have to be round. You could even do hexagonal. And then base items. Little things. An anvil. Something like a little crow skull. Oh my gosh, like a little gnome or a little snowman. Imagine creating the figure of your dreams, posing them. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that pose. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Look at the price tag. Look at the price tag for what you're getting. The figure that you are going to receive, you customize. This is him. This is Jake or Jim that you play in the game. And now it is perfectly tailored, and you're not going to break the bank for something that will last you forever and you'll have on your game shelf and tell your kids and grandkids, this was the figure. I created this figure, and had Eldritch Foundry printed out for me. Okay, so anyway, the last thing I wanted to do was really quickly here, so we're not, you know, making this last forever. I just have some terrain. I also have some other miniatures that I just wanted to take a peek and see what some of the scaling looks like when we bring our guys in here. Remember, these are 34mm figures. Look at that glow, that kind of purplish glow in the light. They just look so handsome. And so that's why I am so excited to do this video, because yes, you see what it looks like on the site. How does that transfer into real life? This is how it looks. Oh my gosh, is that not gorgeous? Okay, so anyway, we have some trees here. We have a little house, a little stone hut. You can see that looks it. And this terrain is just 28mm terrain. So these figures, 34mm, still look absolutely fantastic. You can start to see when you line them up next to another figure. Like this is a WizKids figure. That it is a bit bigger. Of course, that also could just depend on the race of who you have here. Is just a 28mm Warhammer Fantasy Wizard. So, and that's a Dwarven Forge figure, so you can kind of see. They look good. They look good next to everything. So I am blown away, 100% impressed by these figures, which, if I did not make it clear, these were sent to me free of charge to do a video review to see what this stuff looks like. And I mean, this is where the important part comes in, of the 1-inch base, because if you're like me and you love your Dwarven Forge, 1-inch base is perfect for the grid system and looks absolutely gorgeous with the figures in and on the terrain. Oh my gosh. Yep, this is 100% a win in my eyes, folks. These are their little figure vaults. These little tins, which are so handsome. Imagine carrying your custom figure in a tin like this. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm just in love with the design, the custom creation. Folks, this has been Eldritch Foundry. Thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. Please treat yourself. You owe yourself a custom figure. Don't settle for what's on the shelf. Go out and create your RPG adventurer or villain or whatever you want it to be. Maybe create a whole party of them. How cool would that be? Oh my gosh, I love it. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.